You got to start realizing that every single thing that you need comes from within. Everyone has their own spiritual path. Especially if you're listening to this video. You have that spiritual path in your karma. And on your spiritual journey, you will find that certain things make sense to you. And certain things work for you. Just as manifestation. Whenever you find what works for you, hold on to that. Because that is your wave of good fortune. Everyone has their own wave of good fortune. Everyone has their own mentality where they can ride the wave of good fortune. And I can tell you what it's not if you're trying to find that wave of good fortune. It's not feeling anxious. It's not feeling doubt. It's not feeling worry. The wave of good fortune is simply being able to live in the flow state. It's being able to trust what is happening in your life. Because the moment you respond to the chaos around you with internal chaos, you'll only magnify and maintain that energy of chaos. You'll only live out more chaos. Because, for example, if there's chaos going around you, and you perceive it as chaos, it's because there's chaos inside of you. It's because there's anxiety inside of you. It's because there's stress inside of you. It's not because the world is a stressful place. It's not because the world is a chaotic place. If you see the world as chaotic, it's because your internal state is chaotic. So you therefore perceive the world to be chaotic. Because the peaceful person, they are not going to look at the world of chaos and say, oh my God, it's so chaotic, it's so bad. The peaceful person will see the world to be exactly as it needs to be. And exactly what it is. They're not going to write out a certain definition for what the world is. And that is whenever you gain true power. You gain true power whenever you learn to stop judging. Because judging comes from human emotions. And that's also how you get on the wave of good fortune. To stop judging particular outcomes. Stop judging your life. Stop judging sequences. Stop trying to force things. Stop trying to control things. Stop worrying about how others are going to perceive you. Just be yourself. Simply be yourself. If you tell yourself, I'm just going to get this, and then proceed not worrying about it, just put that thought at the back of your head, then you're going to get it. 100%. Because you're just simply in the flow state. And you're able to trust the process. And you're able to act from moment to moment with pure intention. And what does it take to achieve pure intention? It takes what I said before. No doubt, no anxiety, no stress. Because anytime you stress, anytime you feel anxious, it's coming from an internal part of you that feels chaotic. So if you are acting from the internal part of you that feels chaotic, then you are going to manifest chaotic outcomes because you're going to unconsciously walk towards chaotic outcomes. If your frequency is aligned in anxiety, then you are going to walk towards outcomes that will prove to you your anxiety. You're going to start experiencing circumstances, people, all in line with your anxiousness. The thing with anxiousness is that anxiousness comes from the fear of not being in control. A lot of worry comes from the fear of not being in control. But that's the whole thing about this physical experience that we live in, is that we have no control over it. We have no true control over this physical world. The only person in control, the only being in control, and I would debate even if he is in control, is God though. It's God. All of your life is manifested by God. All of the world is manifested by God. You do not control anything. You are not a controller. You are like a frequency. You tune into a certain frequency and then you vibrate along that frequency as it is with God. And you attract yourself to that vibration within God, because everything is in the mind of God. Everything is in the universal mind. Everything is in the universal consciousness. So you are not the controller. You reflect what you see the world to be, and whatever you reflect the world to be, that is what you will make out of the world. If you believe the world to be a scary place, then you're going to experience circumstances, people, that will prove to you the world is a scary place. And sometimes you get a wild card. Sometimes life gives you something where it's like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? This came from out of the blue. This wasn't a part of my frequency. How did I manifest this? Well, see, you are still in the frequency of the human condition. And what that means is you're still going to experience death. You're still going to experience sadness. You're still going to experience pain. But all that matters is how you react to these things. And can you twist them to benefit you? That's the ultimate goal. If you want your life to be the best that you possibly can, you must twist things to benefit you. It's like, yeah, this happened and that was terrible. But that made me more of a humble person. That made me more of a peaceful, patient person. That made me more of an understanding person. It's not that hard to flip the script from claiming that everything is bad and everything is wrong. Because whenever you claim everything to be bad and everything to be wrong, all you're going to do is identify with the bads, with the wrongs, with you. And if you identify the world to be a bad place, that badness is coming from within you, because you are the one that is perceiving bad. And if you perceive bad, then you create bad. It's inflows and outflows. The energy that you put out is the energy that you receive, always. So if you see the world to be negative, evil, hateful, full of pain, then that's going to be your experience of it, because you go and search for meaning of pain. But what you need to do is flip the script. Find the love in the world. Look around me. There's trees, there's grass. You hear crickets going. You can appreciate all of these things. You can love all of these things. You know, like some people will just be like, listen to those crickets, they freaking suck. Tell them to shut up, they're pissing me off. Why look at it like that? Because you're only focusing on the anger. And whatever you put out, that is what you're going to get back. If you're putting out all of this anger and nauseated type feelings, then you're going to experience circumstances and people to be nauseated experiences. Whatever frequency you tune into is the frequency that you're going to get. So you need to learn how to flip the script. Flip the script for things to benefit you. Flip the script to see things as more peaceful. How is your life going well right now? What improvements have you made since last year? The issue is that sometimes we search for all of the wrong things. We search for every single thing that's bad in our life, rather than just saying, I am peaceful. I am abundant. I have every single thing I need within me. I am perfect. There is nothing that I can do that is wrong. Every single thing that I do comes from God. Every single thing that I do is perfect. There is nothing wrong with me. Rather, we focus on, I'm wrong, I'm bad, I'm a terrible person. But that's going to vibrate you with a frequency of outcomes that are going to be in line with that, because it's ultimately going to come from a sense of low self-worth. And if you have a low sense of self-worth, then you're going to gravitate towards people that also have that. And whenever people have, some people, they turn the sense of self-worth into anger. They feel like they're not worthy, so they project all of this anger and hatred onto others. And whenever they do that, they make the people's lives around them hell. Separate from those people. You don't want to be around those people. But ultimately, if you're able to be comfortable with yourself and be convictioned about yourself and have strong conviction about yourself, nothing anyone can do will bring you down. Nothing, because you see no evil. It's as simple as that. You just see no evil in the world. So if you see no evil, you experience no evil. Even the worst things. I mean, yeah, like, we all have empathy. Bad things happen, you know? But it's about what you make of it at the end of the day. If something bad happens and at the end of the day you say, everything is miserable, everything is in despair, then you're going to experience a life of despair, exactly attuned to the frequency that you made it to be. But at the end of the day, you need to be telling yourself, it's okay. Things are okay. Things are perfect. Not everything is so bad. Everything is perfect, really. Because everything is in the mind of the all. Everything is in the mind of God. The universal consciousness does everything perfectly. There's nothing inherently wrong. And whenever you start realizing that, you're going to allow yourself to get into the flow state, to not be brought down by doubt, to not be brought down by worries, anxiety, fear. You just got to trust. You have to trust. Because whenever you trust, you can detach yourself from the outcome of something. And whenever you're detached from the outcome, you're not fixated on it. Whenever you're fixated on something, everything comes from a sense of lack. Because whenever you idolize something, you're fixated on it. Whenever you're idolizing something, you're putting that thing above you. While you're down here, the thing that you want is up here. And you can't achieve anything that is above you. You can't achieve anything that is outside of your frequency. So that's why you be detached. You got to be detached. If you practice detachment, you don't need anything, then everything is ready for you. Because the only thing that is above you is God. There's no such thing as a riches is better than you. Having love is better than you. That's why you be detached from those things. And the moment that you're able to detach yourself from wanting riches, wanting love, you achieve these things. You get exactly what you want. Because it's not above you anymore. It's within you. You already have it within you. Every single time that I have just been detached from the outcome, exactly what I wanted to happen just happened. So naturally, so easily. In the most organic way possible. I didn't need to control anything. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to do what I do. I'm just going to try my best, see what happens. And I know eventually one day I'm going to make it work because I'm just going to keep going at it until I get it. So it's like I had nothing to fear. I'm just gonna do it until I get it. I don't care what the outcome is, you know. I mean, it took me a long time to get to the point where I'm at, because I used to be so attached to getting a certain amount of views. If you know me, I started out on TikTok, and I didn't get any business from TikTok. No, I wasn't able to coach anyone from TikTok because I was so attached to like the views, the view count. Like, am I saying everything right? Am I saying everything wrong? I was so fixated on doing everything so perfect. Whenever you're so fixated on doing everything perfectly, you're acting from a sense of lack. So more so than your conscious, your subconscious matters more. Because if your subconscious feels like it's lacking, then no matter what you do physically, you're not going to get it. Because the mental is what shapes the physical. You can't change the physical with a physical action. You can only change the physical with a mental action. So you got to genuinely trust that you have it and you're going to get it. What's even more powerful is just feeling it right now. It's feeling like you have every single thing that you need right now. Feeling like you have money right now. Feeling like you have love right now. Feeling like you don't need love right now because you already have it. Feeling like you don't need love. Feeling like you don't need money. Because the people that I've talked to that are the richest, the people that I work with, the most well-off people, they're not concerned about money. They're just not. And for me, growing up, money for me is what I'm attached to, because money in my household growing up was like a very stressed thing. Like, oh, you got to get a job, you got to do this, you need to do this so you can provide for yourself, and which is true, but it was just so much emphasis was put on it that actually walking towards it is what was hard. But whenever I just detached from it, I started doing really successful in all of my businesses. Whenever I just detached from it, I was like, you know what, even if I don't get as much money as I want, it's gonna be okay. Whenever I was able to say that, I got enough money. I got everything I wanted. So now I'm just not even concerned about it anymore. It's like, why concern yourself about anything? It's only going to bring you down. It's only going to bring you down at the end of the day. And ultimately, the ultimate goal that you want to achieve is to just have happiness, right? Happiness is such a fleeting thing because you can't define what happiness is. You can't tell someone, like, be happy, and then they're just going to be happy. All you can do with happiness is tell someone what it's not. Like, that's what I did earlier in this video, you know? If you want to ride the wheel of good fortune, I can tell you that it's not doubt, it's not stress, it's not fear, it's not worry. It's just being content. I guess that's what I'd say happiness is. Just contentedness, feeling content, feeling whole and complete. Feeling that gives you the ability to walk with serene confidence. And whenever you walk with serene confidence, anything that you want comes to you because you don't need anything. You don't need anything. That's how it works. You just don't need anything. Whenever you don't need anything, you get every single thing that you want. You know what I mean? Whenever you don't need anything, you have everything. Does that make sense? That has to make sense, right? Whenever you don't need anything, you have everything. Because if you don't need anything, you already have everything that you need. Yourself. And that's all that matters, your spirit. So as you walk through life, it takes practice. It takes conviction. The things that I'm talking about don't come overnight. They can, don't get me wrong. I don't want to set a limiting belief for you and say like, no. You can't get this overnight. It's too hard to achieve. I'm not going to say that because you can get it overnight. You can. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Whenever you say but this, but that, it's a limiting belief. It's limiting. There's no truth in but. There's no truth in anything. There's no truth in anything that we experience here on this physical plane. Even the words that I'm saying, they're all half-truths. Because nothing is true in comparison to the all. Everything I say, it's only in the perspective of my own. Everyone has their own truth. Everyone has their own perspective. And since everyone's truth is within the mind of God, it's true in itself. So it's a half-truth, but it's not the full truth. But everyone's subconscious is in the mind of God. So every single subconscious truth someone believes in, like I can't get rich, I can't find love. That's true. It's true. But it's a half-truth. Because it's not the full truth. It doesn't embody what my truth is. My truths don't embody what your truths are. So you gotta understand this sense of polarity, duality. But really, we're all one. We are all one. We're all part of the mind of God. We're all experiencing the oneness. So nothing is separate from you. Okay? Nothing is separate from you. You can truly achieve anything. Anything that you want because nothing is separate from you. It's only your perception, your reflection. So what you need to do is get into that no mind state. Get into that I'm not even thinking about anything. Sorry about the lawnmower. This guy's going. Whenever you get into the no mind state and you just trust in whatever you want, you just have that thought in the back of your head, like, I'm going to get this, you unconsciously make decisions that will take you there. You will. Because you have the conviction of, I'm going to get this thing, and then God gives you the answers. And it just comes. Because you're not worried about it anymore. You're not acting from a place of lack. You're acting from a place of, I have everything right now. That's how that works. Anyway, I hope this helps. You guys, comment below whatever questions you have, and I'll try to include it in my next video. But anyway,